everybody? Lord Tremendous here, and I got another battle report here for you. This is a 1,500 point battle. 'Tis I, Lord Tremendous of the Thousand Sons of Tremendous, versus the Dairyman. Cheese for everybody! And he's playing the Imperium. And I know some people are going to dislike his list. I know a lot of people are going to like his list. I didn't have a problem with his list, but it was rough. This is a great game. It's probably the one and only time you'll see him play this list because he was just having fun. But yeah, sit back, strap in, and get ready for this one because it's a ride. Here's my list, and it's changed a little bit because I lost 500 points. And I also made some changes. I now have an Exalted Sorcerer on disc, Black Shade. He's got a Force Staff, the Infernal Bolt Pistol, and Frag and Crack Grenades, yeah. And you know, really cool picture of my model because God, it looks good. Thank you once again, Big Tom. But I took Armon out of the list because honestly, for the 46 plus points I'm paying extra for him, I could put him somewhere else, and the Exalted Sorcerer on a disc really gives me what I want, which is the 6-inch bubble of reroll 1s on your invuln saves. I have another Exalted Sorcerer on foot, Saval. He's got an Infernal Bolt Pistol, a Force Staff, and a Frag and Crack Grenades. I just put this guy out there because he's a little bit cheaper than Terminator Sorcerer, and I've figured out that the Sorcerer and Terminator armor does not give me the 6-inch bubble reroll, so this guy's exactly what I need for cheaper, and I can run them behind like the Zangors or whatever, which gives them the ability to reroll 1s for their invuln save, which is really useful. In my troops choice, I have 10 Rubric Marines with 6 Infernal Bolters, 2 Warp Flamers, a Soul Reaper Cannon, an Icon of Flame, which I forgot was in the stupid unit. It's really useless. And then my Sorcerer has a Force Staff and an Infernal Bolt Pistol. And then I have a unit of 15 Zangors with auto pistols, chain swords, and the Instrument of Chaos. And how's that for a badass picture of Zangors? Oh yeah, Big Tom is an artist. You should definitely send him an email if you want your stuff to look this badass. For my elites, I of course have brought my 5 Scarab Occult Terminators with 3 Infernal Combo Bolters, 4 Power Swords, a Soul Reaper Cannon, Hellfire Missile Launcher, and the Sorcerer has a Force Staff and an Infernal Combo Bolter. This is a badass unit. And then in the heavy support category, I have a single, not both, a single Hellbrute with a Multi-Melt Hellbrute Fist and the Heavy Flamer inside the fist. And then in the super heavy support category, I have my Renegade Knight, Lord Tremendous. He's got Titanic Feet, Thermal Cannon, Rapid Fire Battle Cannon, and 2 heavy stubbers. This guy is the baddest of badasses. Oh yeah. That's going to do it for my list. Here's deployment, and we went back and forth and stuff like that. We decided that we were just going to beat the crap out of each other. We actually did roll for missions, and we beat the ever-loving crap out of each other. As you can see, I'm up against a Titan and an Air Force. I'm like, ah! So I put my Hellbrute on the far right there inside the ruins to try to deal with the big plane on the left, on my left flank. I put my Rubric Marines, my guy on a disc, and my knight in the middle to deal with the 2 flyers and the big knight there. I have every intention of sending my Terminators into the knight to try to slow it down, shoot it up, distract it, whatever I can do to keep that thing far back, because it's got a big old sword on it, so I'm worried about it in close combat. And then I've got my Zangors and my Sorcerer on foot in the field, forest, whatever it is over there, hoping for anything in order to I don't know. I thought about cover, and then I realized after the deployment phase that Zangors only have like a 6 up anyway, so they're going to be using their invulnerable save the entire game. So that was really stupid. But it was as good a place as anywhere for them. And that's it for deployment. I had no plan. I had no real knowledge of what I was going up against. I had heard rumors about Raven Swarm, and these aren't ravens, but holy crap. Actually, there was a huge conversation about whether or not this list was even legal, and it turns out totally what it totally is. It's just now all I have to do is kill his knight, and he's got an assassin that hasn't showed up yet, and I'd win. But yeah, apparently you don't need troops or HQs. As long as you can just put the detachments together, you're good to go, which really kind of threw me off. But it is what it is. It's going to be a hell of a game. I was looking forward to the challenge. So, lo and behold, my opponent got to go first, so here's top of one after movement. And those things move pretty fast when I want to. As you can see, everything came forward. I believe the planes have to move at least 20 inches, but his knight came forward too, and right straight down the middle, and his little assassin dude came out on the right over by the Zangors, and I was okay with this. My Zangors are going to be able to take this thing unless it does some ungodly things, and it does. It's got like 18 attacks or some crazy stupid amount of attacks for an assassin. For a single infantry unit, it's got a stupid amount of attacks, but I thought my Zangors were up to the challenge, and I had no idea how many attacks it actually had, and at this point. I find out in a minute. But that's really it for his movement phase. My opponent does not have a Psyker phase, which is starting to really shock me. So into shooting phase, he opens up on my Hellbrute inside the ruins and puts 3 wounds on him. I do roll for BSC at the end of the phase, and he doesn't go crazy. Airplane number 2 fires into Rubik Marines, and after some abysmal rolls by my opponent, he's still able to kill just 1 Marine. And that's okay. I can deal with 1 casualty. Over here is where it gets really ugly, though. That plane on the right flank there opens up on Lord Tremendous. It has, like, all the las cannons and is able to put 3, 6, 9 wounds onto my knight. Oh, man, that sucked. And then his knight opens up on the Rubik Marines and drops, like, 4 more of them. Holy... I'm sorry, 5 more of them. That sucked. So he damn near half the amount of wounds on my knight and took my Rubik Marines down to half strength in the first round of shooting. I'm in some trouble here. We go into the assault phase, and his assassin comes after my Zangors. I do Overwatch, and he just tanks off of his armor. My opponent does need to burn a command point, but he does make his assault, and it's on. Oh yeah. We go into the combat, and just through weight of numbers, I'm able to put 3 wounds through on him. He does get 3 wounds through on me, so it's more or less a stalemate. I have to make a morale check, and I pass it no problem. But wow, the Zangors, and not even all of them could attack. There's 5 of them, as you can see, that didn't make it close enough to attack. Imagine if those 5 had gotten in there and added their 10 attacks to it. 11, because I think the Twisted Bray is in there. Holy crap, our Zangor's good. So that was exciting. Here's bottom 1 after movement, and I got really nothing to lose. So my Hellbrute comes out of the ruins to go after the thing that shot him up last turn. My Black Shade, the guy on the disc, he comes out because I can assault the airplane. And I'm thinking, even if it does get some attacks back, because I think it does, how dangerous could they possibly be? It's an airplane in close combat. So I'm going to send Black Shade into combat with that thing, see what happens. I'm sure it can disengage and shoot without any penalty, because everything can disengage and shoot more or less without penalty. So whatever. I don't think I'm going to stop him from shooting, but I thought it would be cool to maybe put some wounds on him that way. The Rubik Marines stay into cover. Everything's coming to me. There's no reason to move them, and everything's in range. Same thing with my knight. I move him up just slightly, but that's really it. And everything on my right flank there is already in combat, so I'm just going to move them around to try to take out his... I move my sorcerer over to the right just so that smite goes off on it, and hopefully I can kill the stupid thing. The assassin that's killing my Zangors. And then my Terminators come in behind the knight, 9 inches behind the knight. I know you can't see them because of the bad angle of the picture, but trust me, they're back there. And that's it for my movement. In my psychic phase, Saval is able to do smite on this guy and finish him off. I do like me some mortal wounds when I'm giving them, not when I'm receiving them. But yeah, that is a cool little trick. The Zangors tie you down, and Saval comes in with smite and takes you out. I like the spell. And then Saval uses Infernal Gaze on this flying monstrosity on the right flank there and does a couple of wounds to him. I think one or two. I don't remember exactly how many, but I think it's just one. I think it's just one wound, which, hey, you know what? I'll take it. Then over here, my Terminator Sorcerer is able to put a single wound on the Knight there, the big scary thing, with his Smite, which, hey, it's got to start somewhere. We go into shooting, and my Hellbrute opens up with his Multi-Melta on that his Psychopath plane here, and is able to hit, wound, and do 5 gorgeous wounds onto him. Again, I know it's not coming down anytime soon, but the fact that he did almost max damage with one shot, I was so proud of the little bastard. And then Lord Tremendous opens up on his Knight, and I think I get him down to like 11 wounds left, something ridiculously low. Holy crap. When this thing opens up on you, it does some devastating damage. So I was very proud of my shooting phase. We go into the assault phase. Blackshade goes into the airplane. It overwatches, does nothing. I hit. I don't do anything. It swings back. It doesn't do anything. Kind of a waste of a phase. But it was kind of neat. I like the image of my guy on a disc flying way up in the air to do battle with an airplane. It made me giggle. Real quick, I did try to assault with my Terminators into his Knight, but I missed my charge, and I think I burned a command point, and it didn't help. So, here we are in top of 2, and needless to say, there's starting to become a little bit of a parking lot in the front of the board there. His Knight turns around to go after the Terminators, which is outstanding. It buys me a little time. And then his airplanes go all over the flipping place. Of course, the one is able to back out of combat and shoot with no negatives whatsoever, because that makes sense. But, yeah, all the planes, as you can see, move around, and it's going to get ugly quick. That's really it for his movement, though. During the shooting phase, one of his ships opens up on my Hellbrute and does 5 wounds to him, no problem, and murders him. He does not explode, and my heart breaks a little bit. I got first blood, at least, by killing his assassin, but yeah, that sucked. His big, freaky, I think the Vendetta gunship or whatever, fires at Lord Tremendous and is able to do 2 more wounds to him. He rolled like ass, and I made some serious ward saves, so I'm pretty pleased with my Knight. I'm always pleased with my Knight, though. Over here, whatever that ship is, opens up on the Zangors, taking down 2 more, and they get the Space Marine Imposter proxy models, because I don't own enough Zangors yet. I'm working on it. Stop yelling at me. And shooting over here, this Psychopath opens up on my poor Terminators, and they didn't have a chance. They had their 5-up invuln, and 3 of them just get pasted. God, Knights are amazing. My poor Terminators. We go into the assault phase, and his Knight goes after my Terminators. I believe I'm able to put 1 more wound on him when he, as he's assaulting me with Overwatch, but he makes it, and, well, crap. He swings away and murders both my Terminators before they can so much as raise their power swords. Not a surprise, that little sword of his is, it's very pokey. Very pokey, and it goes right through armor. He got me fair. But this is good. I was hoping that he would do that, because this gives me more time to shoot at him, because he's much more scary in close combat. Then he does his little 3-inch reconciliation or whatever it is, and comes straight forward towards us, because I think the closest enemy unit was Blackshade on a disc. Well, I'm down, but I'm not out, so here's bottom of 2 after movement, and there's not a ton. My Zangors get into position so that they can fire their auto pistols at some of the airplanes, because what else are they going to do? My Sorcerer moves up so he can use Smite. Lord Tremendous stays right where he's at. There's no reason to move. Same with the Rubik Marines. And I send my guy in a disc over to the middle because charging is really stupid, and that's really it for movement. I'm kind of running out of models. During the psychic phase, my caster on a disc, Blackshade, is able to do 2 wounds to this flyer with Smite, and I just like that. It's just like, I rolled a 5, here's D3 wounds, eat it, whore! Yeah, I know I'm going to hell, it's fine. And then using Infernal Gaze, I get 2 more wounds off on the Knight, bringing him down to 7 wounds left, which is really exciting. I might be able to drop this thing before the end of the game. Over here, my Exalted Sorcerer on foot, Saval, is able to slip one more wound through on this thing with his smite, which is awesome. I don't do anything. I don't get the spell off with my Rubik Marine Sorcerer, which kind of sucks. I honestly think I forgot all about him and didn't even roll to cast a spell. And then the only thing that happened in the shooting phase is Black Shade fires his Infernal Pistol at this ship, hits, wounds, and it actually goes through, so it takes one more wound. Not too shabby for a sorcerer on a disc, eh? With no assaults, we go over here to top of 3 after movement, and he kind of does something I wasn't expecting. His 2 aircraft go flying over to the left side there to just fly away. He's worried about losing them or something. I'm not really sure why he did that. The other one on the right flank there moves into a position. Again, he even admits it to himself. He's about halfway through his turn. He goes, I'm going to lose this ship if I don't beat you in this turn because there's no way I can not fly him off the table. Either any direction I go, 20 inches will take him off table. So I pretty much got that ship taken care of. The other one shoots down the middle to, I guess, just give me something else to shoot at. And his knight runs to deal with Black Shade in the middle of the board there. That's it for movement. During the shooting phase, the big scary plane shoots at my Zangors and takes 1 down. Again, thank you allowing me to reroll 1, Saval. I think maybe he got a little frustrated, only 1 drop, so his knight opens fire on my Zangors and drops 4 more of them. Okay, his shooting is scary too. And then we go into the assault phase. His knight goes in Black Shade, assaults no problem. I do Overwatch, and somehow I miss. Yeah, in all fairness, if a, 50-foot tall, screaming psychopath of metal destruction was assaulting me, I'd probably miss it too. Especially if all I had was a rinky-dink pistol to shoot at it. Poor Black Shade. As you can see from the fact that he's currently on his back, he didn't do well in this fight. He got splatted pretty bad, which I guess was the only real outcome that was going to come from this. We go into the morale phase, and another one of my Zangors freaks out and runs off, which is totally understandable. 4 or 5 of his buddies just got eaten alive this turn. But I've still got 5 left. Let's see what I can do. Here we go in the bottom of 3 after movement, and there's, again, not a ton of movement because there's really nothing for me to do. My Rubik Marines do move up towards the knight because it's only got 7 wounds left. I'm concentrating fire. I want this thing dead. My Zangors move up so they can shoot at the flying ship thing. Lord Tremendous stays right where he's at, and everything else I have is dead. Oh, wait, no, I'm sorry. My Sorcerers of All moves forward to keep within 6 inches of the Zangors. Now, everything else that I have is dead. During the psychic phase, my sorcerer is able to do another couple of wounds to this thing, bringing it down to 9 wounds left. So maybe I can destroy this cool-looking plane too. In the shooting phase, my Rubik Marines open up on the knight and are able to do like 2 more wounds to it or something like that, bringing its total down to like 5. I'm so close! And then Lord Tremendous empties his thermal cannon and his rapid fire assault cannon into the knight, and then the heavy stubber into the cool looking plane there. I think, what is it, the Vendetta gunship or something like that. I'm able to take the knight down to 2 wounds left. I rolled pretty awfully. I don't mind telling you. I think I even put a couple of wounds on the cool little Vendetta thing, but neither of them die, which means I'm probably screwed next turn. But there's still hope. There's still a little bit of hope that I can destroy at least one of these things before the end of the game. It's coming down to the wire, but here we are, top of 4 after movement. The knight, my opponent's knight, it doesn't move very far, but it moves up. The other airplane, one flies off the table. The one on the right flank flies off the table. His Vendetta moves up towards the middle of the board more, and the other 2 they go into hover mode, so he doesn't fly him off the table, and they turn around to open fire on me, because apparently planes weren't good enough. Now they can just hover, turn around, and do whatever there is they're going to do. And with like 90-inch range on all of their weapons, it's not like I'm going to be able to do a whole lot about stopping them from shooting me. But it is what it is, and that's it for movement. It happens. His knight opens fire on my knight. Even though I think he needed 5s to hit me, he does, and he blows up Lord Tremendous. Quite spectacularly, too. Really good round of shooting for my opponent. But Lord Tremendous falls, and with him, my soul is slightly crushed. Maybe a little bit more than slightly. During his assault phase, he does try to assault, I think, the Zangors and misses it, and I think either he spends a command point and it doesn't help, or he's all out at this point. Either way, he ends up not making it in, so we go to bottom of 4 after movement, and I just move everyone forward. I need to kill his knight here, I need to do it now, and there's no way I'm going to get far enough away where if he blows up, he's not going to hit me, so screw it. All in, everyone move forward. I'm going to use smite, I'm going to use guns. We're taking this damn knight down one way or the other. That's it for movement. So we go into the psychic phase, and my Rubik Marine Sorcerer is able to do 1 wound to him with smite. Ooh, it's so close! And I try to do smite with Saval, and I perils. Come on! The result of said perils is a couple of wounds on Saval and a massive headache. Not to mention the damn knight is still alive. We go into shooting, though, and I start with the Zangors, and these magnificent bird faces take the knight down. Shoot him with their auto pistols, a wound goes through, and it dies. We have killed his, what is it, the Cerastus Knight Castigator. Holy crap, that's a mouthful. That psychopath friggin' knight, we took it down. That alone made me feel proud. Now that the knight's taken down, my Rubik Marines open up on the Vendetta and are able to put 2 or 3 more wounds on it, actually. Yeah, seeing the knight go down really seemed to rally my troops with their shooting, and that's outstanding. It's not dead yet, but there's hope. There's a little bit of hope. So here we are on top of 5 after movement, and he just moves his guy way over to the left. He's running away from me, which, again, I find really, really humorous. It really tickles me that the airplane army is running away from the infantry army at the end of the game. Kind of figured to be going the other way at this point if he made it to this point, but he's not doing anything wrong. He's doing the smart thing. It's exactly what he should be doing, but the irony tickles me a little bit. We go straight into his shooting phase because that's all he's got, and he takes out 1 Rubik Marine with the first aircraft, and he takes out another one with the second aircraft. I'm getting really lucky that he's rolling like crap, but it is what it is. I do pass my morale checks, so we go to bottom of 5 after movement, because, hey, sometimes crazy's all you got. My infantry move towards it the best I can, because I know I'm not going to get in range for smite, but I'm just trying to push him across the table as fast as I can, because I want to take out that damn Vendetta. More than anything, I want to do that, so I got to get close to do it. That's it for my movement. We go into shooting, and my Rubik Marine with the Soul Reaper cannon fires at the Vendetta and takes him down. Hits, wounds, they go through, and it spirals into the ground. I think it even explodes and does some damage to the other 2 aircraft. Oh my god! I came out of my fucking skin! So proud of that guy. Absolutely outstanding. We go over here to top of 6 because I got nothing left in my turn, and his stuff stays right where it's at. His 2 remaining flyers are hovering, and they don't have to move. That's it for movement. We go into shooting phase, and the 2 aircraft kind of split their fire. They kill 1 Rubik Marine. Unfortunately, they kill the hero with the soul cannon, and then they kill a couple of Zangors. Not a big deal. I pass my morale checks, and there it is. There's the end of the game. We did roll. We did end up in turn 6, like you saw, but when we got to bottom of 6, I moved my guys up, realized I wasn't going to be in range to do anything, and we just called it, because we rolled to see if it went into turn 7, and it didn't. So that's the way the game ends, and I got to be perfectly honest with everybody. When I first saw what he was putting down across the table from me, I was like, well, this is going to be a short game because he is going to sweep me off this table. There's nothing I can do. But I don't have any quit in me, so I had to go after him, and holy crap, this turned out to be a slugfest of a game. What an amazing, amazing competition. This was stupid amounts of fun. Screaming, yelling, cheering, booing. We laughed, we cried. It was beautiful. I wish all my games were this intense. It was something else. You know what? We'll get to the recap in a minute, though, because this game is over.
That's it, man. Game over, man. It's game over.
So I hope you guys enjoyed my battle report, and as you saw throughout every single picture that I had, my army is really beautifully painted, and anybody that knows me knows I didn't flip and do it. Heck no. I had Big Tom from Big Tom paint all my stuff, and as you can see, it is absolutely gorgeous. I didn't have to lift a finger. I handed him a little bit of cash, he handed me some amazing models, and we both walked away happy. So if you've got gray models, you got bare metal models, and you don't want to put any paint on them, you don't have the ability to put any paint on them, or you just want to throw some money at your problems, send Big Tom an email and tell him what you got. Tell him what you're looking for, and he's gonna hook you up. He's very competitively priced, he's very reliable, he's got a high turnover rate. This guy is everything you've ever wanted in a commission painter and more. So send him an email, get your stuff painted so you can actually play the game with pride, and tell him Tremendous sent you. So if you can believe it, in the end, this was actually a victory for Lord Tremendous. I ended up getting 6 battle points out of him, and he got 5 out of me. I lost my Sorcerer on a disc, my Hellbrute, my Knight, my Terminators, and the 5th battle point he got from me was for Kill the Warlord, because Blackshade on a disc is my Warlord. From him, I got his, his Avenger Strike Fighter, his Vendetta Gunship, his Cerestus Knight Castigator, another Vendetta Gunship, and his Assassin, plus I got First Blood. 6-5, if you can flip and believe it. I somehow pulled this one out of my ass, and I couldn't have been more shocked or more thrilled that I actually won this one. Yeah, I'm still not 100% how I pulled this one off. I was positive I was going to lose. I was playing the game like I planned to lose. I just wanted to give him a good fight and have a big body count. And I got my wish and the victory. So many flyers. I've never seen 4 flyers on the table before in a game. Of course, I haven't seen a lot of things in 40k, but that was intimidating. His Knight was incredible. I would almost say he was able to do more damage than Lord Tremendous. I know that's sacrilege, but that's the way I kind of felt. And those airplanes were able to put out so many high-strength, multi-wound shots. My head was spinning. I was lucky he was rolling low. I really did make a tremendous amount of saves this game. It was really unexpected, but very, very appreciated. Smite helped carry the day, to say the least. Being able to just do mortal wounds like that within 18 inches is a huge win button. I'm not even going to lie about it. My opponent flying a single plane off the table really did win me the game. If he had not done that, it probably would have been a tie. But I really do attribute this whole thing to luck. And wow, it still kind of surprises me that it ended the way it did. I really, really enjoyed playing against his opponent. He's a real cool guy. We played some games before, but never a tabletop like this. Battletech, but this was something else. This was something different. And yeah, he brought a quote-unquote cheese list, and I'm giving him a hard time about it, but he told me about it coming in. He told me he wouldn't bring it, and I told him, screw that, bring it anyway. And it was a legal list at the time. I mean, yeah, now, once I killed his Walker and his Assassin, he would have lost the game. But at the time, we played it exactly the way it's supposed to be. And whenever you get a game as awesome as this, who cares what the hell they bring, as long as it's as much fun as this game was. And absolutely, positively, can't wait for the rematch. But that's going to do it for this one. Battle Report number 5 is officially in the history books. As always, if you have any questions, comments, concerns, or complaints, feel free to put them in the comments section below, and I'll get back to you as quick as I can. But yeah, guys, thanks.